There's nothing like chilling with my girls.
What's up, divas? And what's up, divas? So it's your girl April. Happy Valentine's Day. Wanted to share with you the outcome look of the hair I received from AliExpress, also known as Stema.com, and I'll post all the information below. They did send me 3 bundles of their virgin Brazilian, I think it was body wave, in a 20-inch and 2 16-inches. And the first video I just initially showed how it looked before and how it looked after. Now, when I first washed it, it did come out with like a lot of brown residue, but the after look was really, really nice. It was soft, and it actually just looked a whole lot better washed than it did actually unwashed. But it was a lot of brown residue, and I guess that was just like dirt and stuff like that. So it's really important to wash your hair before you install it, especially if you're going to install it in your head. Sometimes I'll install it on the wig cap and then I wash it because I want the wig cap to shrink, but I always wash it before I put it on my own head, regardless if it's on a wig cap or if it's, well, I've never installed it in my actual head, but sometimes I'll wash it before, sometimes I'll wash it after, but it's always washed before I put it on my own head. So this is the look that I went for. Really wasn't the look that I went for because if you see, it's hot pink at the tips, so it really wasn't the look that I was going for. Yeah, this is my Valentine's Day hair because it is hot pink, and I don't really do the pink, but I'm really liking this one because it's different. It's out of the norm for me. If it was like major pink, like all the way up to here, I think I would have kind of like freaked out, but it wasn't, so it wasn't so bad. So I'm going to tell you how I got this look, this hot pink look, and you guys are going to be amazed because I can't believe that this hair actually like stood all the processing that I did to it. So the first day I bleached it. I bleached it overnight, and I just put it in front of my heating vent. Well, you know, the heating vent, the heat source that comes out your wall. I put it in front of that, like each bundle on a hanger after I bleached it. So that was the second time it was washed. First, I initially washed it. Then the second day, I turned around and I just used regular bleach with a 40 developer in it. And I used the L'Oreal, I think it's L'Oreal Blue bleach. And it'll bleach up to like 7 times the level. So I used that with the 40 developer. And I just bleached it. And I think it was like for probably like 30 minutes. And I put it, you know, I wrapped it up with aluminum foil. Then that was in an evening. The next morning when I woke up after it dried overnight, it wasn't really as blonde as I wanted it to be. So I turned around and re-bleached it again. So that's 2 times bleaching it. And it got like blonde. The night before was like a honey blonde color, and I wanted it to be blonde because I wanted to put like a reddish color at the bottom, like a reddish color. So the second bleach that I did with it, I let it, you know, I let it air dry, and it came out really pretty blondes, what have you. And I ended up using the Avatar, which is Golden Plus, ammonia free, peroxide free. It's just a color base. And I got it at the beauty supply store. It's called the Avatar right here. It was $2.99, so I bought 2 bottles of this. The lady said buy 2 bottles. So it was supposed to be this color here that you see right here, like a red. And the swatch in the store was also like this color red. Like a very deep, it's not like a bright red, but it's like a kind of, it's called a wine brown. But when I put this on the hair and, you know, leave it on for 25 to 30 minutes, and I put it in a plastic baggie, once I took it out and rinsed it out, it was purple, and it was like all these different colored purples in the hair, and it was not wine brown, and it was not like this color that I was going for. It was just like purple, like this light purple, looked like lavender candy, kind of like, but it was different colors. So I was not impressed. I was so unhappy with that. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to dye it back blonde. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking, and I should have just popped on a YouTube video or called my bestie and asked her. So I went ahead and put more bleach on it. So that's the 3rd bleach job. Well, needless to say, once I did the 3rd bleach job, and as I was bleaching it, the hair was turning pink. It was turning like light pink, like a like like a dull light pink, like an ashy light rose pink. It was just really, really a light pink. And it wasn't too bad looking. My daughter and her friend were like, yeah, this is pretty, really pretty. And I was like, no, this is not really pretty. If it was like another color pink, I would be, you know, fine with that. But this looks like it's just dull and dry. So I went to Sally's Beauty Supply store, and I'm asking the young lady in there, what do you have that I could put on this to turn it back to its normal color? She asked me what type of hair it was, and I told her it was virgin Brazilian hair. I guess if you're working at a beauty supply store, you really don't need to know much about hair. You just get the job there, and that's it. You don't have to know anything about hair in general. Because she tried to tell me at the beauty supply store that you're not supposed to dye virgin hair because it's already processed and dyed for you. That's why it's called virgin hair.
Mom.
So, I just looked at her and I said, that's not the whole meaning of the word virgin. She was like, no, that's what virgin hair is. It's already processed and dyed for you, so you don't have to do anything to it. So I'm about to argue this young lady down in the beauty supply store. Now, mind you, she was an African-American, one of us. And I was just like, wait a minute, you don't know nothing about no weaves, and you don't really know nothing about no hair, because look at yours. This is what I'm saying to myself. But she's like kind of giving me like the attitude and kind of like the nasty look. And I'm like telling her, virgin does not mean that it was processed. So I said, do you know what virgin means? And she was like, yes, that it means that it was already processed with the head rolling and the neck motion. Already processed for you and dyed for you. I said virgin means untouched, meaning you didn't touch it. It's a virgin, not touched, meaning sexual wise as well. I had to like break it down to her at the beauty supply store. And I didn't want to use the F word for meaning as in sexual wise, but I was just about to, because she had really pissed me off that much, because she really didn't know what she was talking about. But then she was giving me the head roll and the eye roll and all of that. It was just like uncalled for. And I really, ain't nobody got time for that. Like they say, ain't nobody got time for that. And I surely don't. But to avoid the embarrassment of her and me blowing up on her in the beauty supply store, I said, you know what, boo? And that's how I said it. I'm going to go find my own hair dye, because you don't really know what you're talking about. Maybe you're a virgin. And I didn't mean that as a real virgin, okay? So I just walked off. She just gave me like major attitude. So if you go in the beauty supply store, don't count on them to help you with anything and have the knowledge just because they work at Sally's Beauty or any kind of beauty supply store, because they're just there for a job. They really don't know. If you really want to know, take your behind to the salons where they have some type of knowledge, okay? They're not just selling you hair products, they're doing hair. So I'm pretty sure they would know a lot better. So you know what? I was too done. I was just too through with Sally's. I wasn't going to buy anything from there. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to go home and I'm just going to cut the ends off of it, because if I dye it anymore, it's just going to fall apart. My daughter, Tatiana, she had recently bleached and dyed her hair with some splat. So she had more than half of this left, which is the splat pink fetish rose, long-lasting hair color. So what she did for me was she dyed the ends for me with this pink fetish rose splat. And it's a really, really like bright pink, but it's pretty. Like, it's really, really deep. So once it dried, and it dried like an hour because I put it in front of my heat vent, and it dried with an hour. It gave it like this bright, dark, deep pink, fuchsia pink color. So it turned out a whole lot better. So this hair actually can hold up some processing. 3 bleaches and 2 dye jobs, and it's still good. Now the remainder that I have left is this right here. This is what I had left out of all the tracks. I'm not really even sure how I got this left, because they only sent me 3 bundles, and usually I will use every last piece of hair. But I guess I did good for, you know why? They were 2 16 inches, and you know the 16 inches are not as long as like a 20 or a 22 like I'm used to, so there was more hair to the 16, so that's why I have this left. So of course I did have to cut the ends on it, because it did get, you know, kind of frayed and things like that. But what I did was I washed it and deep conditioned it, Masters conditioner. It says 7 to 10 minutes. I will put it in for 15 because it was really, really good on like bleached hair that's dried and fried. So this is dried, fried, and dyed, okay? Seriously, dry, fried, and dyed. Now I did use that, and I just put like a little bit of dry oil on it, because, you know, like I said, it was kind of dry at the ends. Use my organics shampoo. At first I used the organic shampoo, then I used the organics conditioner, which were these 2 that I used on it again. And then I used the restorative mask, because I really, really needed to bring back like some luster to this to this unit. But for the most part, it turned out pretty okay, pretty good. Like I said, it held up really good. I'm surprised it didn't fall apart, it didn't disintegrate. It actually held up good. I cut quite a good amount of inches off of it, but the longest was 20 inches. Only had one bundle of that, so it really wasn't lengthy like I normally get, but I'm fine with that because we don't always have to have super duper long hair. You know, to curl it, I use my Cortex 4-in-1 curling iron. First, I tried the flat iron, but the flat iron is okay. But this thing here, flat irons just crush the hair and flatten it, so it doesn't really take out any kind of frizz. But when you use this, it gives it like a shine and a luster, and it just curls it perfectly and just smooth. So I really suggest picking one of these up. You can get them at theflatironexperts.com. I'll post the information below. It comes with 4 different size barrels, and this one is the largest size out of the barrel kit, and I love this one because it gets the job done and it gives it like big bouncy curls. But for the most part, you can check out Stema.com as well as their AliExpress store. Their prices are very inexpensive, and yes, the hair has held up. So for those of you who had asked me how it's going or what the outcome of the look was going to be, it held up. So this is my Valentine's hair color. Okay, so your girl is rocking some hot pink hair. Now this one piece right here, I gotta cut this little piece right here, and I'll do that later. But it's short. This is short for me. This is like seriously short for me, but I think I like it like this length because of the color, and it's just, I like it like this length. You know, this is short but not short, and I think it looks cute with this length. But yeah, rocking some pink hair. Okay, so my Valentine's Day look, ba-bam, like my mumsy would say. So on that note, all the information will be provided for you below. Let me know what you think of me with the hot pink. All the fashion jewelry that I've been rocking lately, for those who have been asking, is available at smoochesaccessories.com, and that is items that I make besides these two, which are the bracelets. I always make myself a set too. And these come in sets like this. These are also what I make too, so you can check those out at smoochesaccessories.com, as well as any earrings that I've been wearing lately. But for the most part, Stema, thank you for sending me the hair. Check them out on AliExpress. They have a store, and I will see you soon.